Hello guys and welcome back to another live stream. My name's Mike aka Decimal Punked and we are in the Unreal Engine 5.6.0. Welcome back. So I hope you're enjoying the music in the background. That's White Bat Audio. It's stream safe. Love it. My cup of tea. Hope you like the music guys. So last stream we did in Unreal, we got this farming mechanic working. So I'll just show you how it goes. So this item on the floor, the green stem, was phase 1 of the plant. That's phase 2. So there's basically 10 seconds between. So once the plant is sown, or the seed is sown, it grows into the first stage. After 10 seconds it grows to stage 2. And then at 20 seconds total it goes into the final stage with the fruit. And then when you go over to it, the fruit is highlighted. So you can press E, it drops and you collect it. And that's how it works. So you get this seed and when you pick that up you just go over it. And you can plant as many as you want. I haven't got a limit on it at the moment. So I've been learning Blender, as you guys might know if you've been following the other streams and YouTube uploads. So I've created my very own models for the plant and I'm really excited to show you those. Really happy with how it's turned out. So we're going to come out of there, and if I fiddle around with movements, you're going to have to bear with me because it's really I'm using like 3 different bits of software. I'm using Unreal, Unity and now Blender, and I'm not even joking when I say this. Each program has so many different hotkeys and shortcuts and things, and it's getting a little bit crazy. So yeah, basically. So what I'm going to do, I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. So if I show you the models, this is the reveal. So in the blueprints, that's for the plant. So if I go into my assets, so here they are guys. I've got the materials with the textures and then the materials. So if I just drop these into the environment, you can see them. So this is plant A. This is well, stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. And these are the fruit. So that is, I made those myself. How cool is that? From the original prototype thing that I made using just cylinders and spheres in Unreal, I've actually made these models myself in Blender and I am so happy. If I'm just curious, if I walk into that, it should be solid. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, it looks so cool. So cool. And it's a nice height as well. Like it's a tiny bit taller than the other model. As you can see, this was the height, but this one I quite like it. It's like a miniature. It's almost like got a vibe of like a palm tree, almost. The way the large leaves at the top grow, and then you've got those little vines that are going to have the fruit on. But I'm really happy with this, guys. So what we need to do is we essentially have 3 different static meshes. So I think what I'm going to do is swap those out. We'll go into the model or the blueprint for that over there, and we'll basically put these static meshes in there, and then we need to make sure that the positioning of the fruit aligns with the vine of the plant. So let's do that. So how am I going to do this? Right, so if I just I think it was control, no, hold on, is it control and shift? Oh my god, why can't I remember? There was like, I'm sure it was What was the... Dude, why can I not remember this? There was a button that you can hold. I'm sure it was Control and Shift. There's a button you can hold to do a marquee selection. I can't bloody remember it. Right, so I'm just going to select these models. We're going to get rid of those. So if we just do the first thing, if we go into our blueprint for plant A and bring down that, right, so we can see all of this here, right? So in the event graph, let's just review the code. So P2. Okay, so basically P2, P3, right, okay. I hope you're enjoying the music, guys. Synthwave is just, I love it so much. Right, so these will be replaced with the models I'm about to put in. I need to do the same there. Fruit. 1, fruit 2, fruit 3. Okay. Okay. Right, so what I need to do, what do I need to do first? Okay, if we put in the plant, if I just go into the box collision. Okay. Right, so we need to oh, let me just close Blender, guys. I don't need that open now. Okay. Right, so what I need to do is put on the static meshes for these into here. So why are you at 100 location, dude? Don't be a mare. Oh, hold on. Oh my god. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just remove that. There we go. So, there we go. Oh, wow. Why is the scale... There we go. Okay. So that is plant A1. Now we need to add plant A2. Why are you doing that? A1, A2, and then A3. Okay. Right, so that does actually look pretty decent. So you can see there, this one here, oh, where is it? So that's phase 1 that's highlighted, and then we've got phase 2, and then phase 3. Okay, so now what we need to do is, now that we've got those plants in, what we're going to do, we're going to be very careful with this. We're going to go into here, And we're going to swap out the thing. So P2 is going to be replaced with plant A2. I'm going to get rid of that. Move that there. And this is going to be plant 3. Okay, we'll go to the next line of code. Nothing needs to go there. Plant A2, plant A3. Next line, so we've got the growth time. P1 is going to be plant A1. That's going to be plant 2. And then that's going to be plant 2 as well. And this is going to be plant 3. So plant 1, 2, and then 2, 3. Yield amount, and then on component begin overlap. Okay, so I can't do anything with the fruit until we've put the fruit in there. So we need to do the fruit section. We've got fruit, 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 the fruit. Okay, so I believe I should be able to now delete P1, delete P2, and also P3. Oh, actually, it's not going to let me do that because we have the fruit there. Ugh! Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put plant A fruit. We're going to just add that in there. And this is going to be a tiny bit tricky. Right. So what I need to do is they basically need to go where those vines are. Right. We're going to have to do micro adjustments here. So it needs to be 17.5, I believe. No, okay. Okay, that looks... It's ever so slightly off, isn't it? 17.9. 17.8? No, 17.95. So let's just go 17.9. That's good enough. And then on here, whoa, we'll have it about there. Up we go, mate. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Alright, if I just click off of that. That looks good to me. Okay, so then what we're going to do is go copy that. And we're going to move this one over to here. Let's go back one. Let's go and green. Oh. Okay, so red maybe 14.2. No, 13.8. That's good. Let's go 13.7. That looks pretty central to me. Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we're going to copy that. Oh. Right, okay. So this one is dude. Shift it on the Y. Okay, let's try 0.5. 0.7. Oh, that's good. And then on the Z axis. Okay. Right, I'm happy with that, guys. So we have our fruits lined up with the stems. So now we can go into the event graph and we can do this. So I'm hoping this is going to work. There's no reason for it not to. I guess the only reason why I'm a little bit paranoid is because when I did my very first game in Unreal, one of the asset packs I had, the code with the overlay material, the function, it wasn't applying the overlay to this particular asset pack for some reason. So I'm hoping I'm not going to have that issue with the models that I've made. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to just copy out these fruits. Just like that. So fruit 1, 2 and 3. We're going to delete these ones. We're going to put these here. And we'll just connect those in there. And then we'll delete these ones. Copy these. And plug these in. Move that back. Okay. Right, and then, so fruit. And then fruit 1. There's there. Fruit 2. And then we need to destroy them, so we'll just copy that. So basically what this bit of code does is it gets the coordinates. It gets the coordinates of the fruit on the tree, and then it will spawn a fruit at that point. So it spawns the fruit, and then directly after it, it destroys the fruit that is actually on the tree. So they kind of, it appears like they fall off. Okay, so that is that bit done. So now if I go on to the fruit, bear with me. I should now be able to get rid of these. I am so happy with that. Right, go back to the event graph. What did I need to do? Ah, we need to go into the fruit here. and okay, I'm just going to drop the fruit in. Why is that not? Dude, why are you not letting me add the fruit? Why did that not work the first time? Alright, so why is that one in the floor? Interesting. Right, so if I put that collision sphere on that, I should be able to get rid of that. Because I made the pivot point of my fruit directly at the base. And if I show you, you see that? It's literally right on the grey line. Okay, and that is my fruit. Now, interestingly, this is one thing I'm curious about. In Blender, when I created the materials for this, I made the flesh of the fruit shiny because a lot of fruits in real life, some are naturally shiny, such as apples. You know, if you breathe on them, you rub them on your top, you know, you've got a shiny apple. Other fruits don't really have a shine, but I wanted the flesh of this fruit to be shiny, and in Blender, I specifically said set the roughness down to like 0.2. Now, for some reason, on exporting the model, it doesn't seem to have made that shiny. But we can always go into the material over here. And, oh, that's interesting. Roughness. Oh, it's already kind of done it. Wow. Shininess. I want out. So that's 64. If I put this to 20. Oh. Okay. Right. So there's our fruit. I guess now is. What? Hold on, what the fuck is that? What have I done? What, right. Same component. I haven't changed anything in here. Set the world that right. What's going on? When we overlap with the collision sphere. Yeah. When we overlap with the sphere, we destroy the sphere, and then hold on a minute. Oh, I think it's going to be this. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Right. It's probably because where I deleted the original fruit. That should work fine now. Right. I guess it's the moment of truth, guys. Let's see if it works. So we have... Oh no! Oh, that's interesting. They're not highlighting. It's like playing RuneScape. It feels like RuneScape farming. Now, why is that not getting the overlay material? Why are you not getting the overlay material? Just want to test that through. Okay. Is it because... overlap with the box collision? That allows the overlap. I need to query this. I'm not sure why. Out of curiosity, let's just see if that works. Be interesting to see if the tree highlights. Right, so why are you not highlighting? Let me just query this. I'm not sure why it's not highlighting. Okay, so apparently I have to. Why is my cursor jabbing out? What's going on there? Look, fine. But when I go on here, why is it jabbing out? Right, so we're gonna. I did just double click that. Alright, so the material. Is that gonna be materials outline? Blend mode. Let's see if translucent makes a difference. Use material attributes. Let's see if that makes a difference. Why are you not playing ball then? And also, why? I don't remember having the fruit up here. The fruit needs to be invisible, but only appears when... Like, the fruit needs to be hidden at the start. I feel like music's a bit loud. I feel like I'm getting a headache. Right, let's put that there. Plug it in. Okay, plant A2. Right, so at the beginning of play, the fruit's hidden. And then... And then it would go here. Why was that not even plugged in? Let's see if that works now. There we go. Right. Okay. The highlighting isn't working. That's really quite annoying. Oh, dude. Check if the model is set to cast shadows. I wonder why it's not working. See, I had this issue with some assets in the first time I did this. So the fruit's been correctly done. The fruit can be harvested, but it's just the overlay, and I don't know why. Like if I created an object within Unreal here, it would work. But for some reason, my models, they're not having the overlay applied. Why are you not working? Ah. Highlights this section. Right, well that's not highlighted for some reason. Controls over this section over has per poly collision. I feel like it's somewhere in here, you know. Let's see what that does. Preserve area. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. This is so annoying. Post-process volume. Why are you not working? Oh, dude, I'm stumped here. I can't figure this out. It was working perfectly fine. Why is my model not highlighting? This is so annoying. If anyone watching might know the answer, do drop a comment. Do drop a comment. Why is that gone over there? The outline, it works with everything else, but the models, why? Emissive. Oh, dude. Let's see if opaque works. So it was unmasked. Wait for the plant to grow. Right, I'm just going to test something here because this is really annoying. Let's just quickly... I'm just going to show you guys that it's the models. I don't know what's causing this. I'm just going to put a cube there, right? And we're just going to move it here. And then in here... I'm just going to plug this in, right? And this is just to show that it does work, but for some reason it's not working on my models. What? Interesting. Oh, There you go. Can you see that blue outline? You see that, guys? You see the outline on the cube? I want that on my fruit. I don't know the solution to this. As I mentioned, there was one asset pack in my very first Unreal game I made where the models weren't receiving this outline. I'm not sure if that's something to do with the model settings in Blender. I really don't know. I'm still new to Blender. I'm still learning. So, I really don't know what's causing that. Hold on. So, box collision. I need to just look at this code for a second. Okay. It's so annoying, guys. It's so annoying. I don't know if it's a setting in Blender. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's something to do with the scenes. I'm really not sure. Ensure your imported model has the overlay material assigned. Select the model and scene. Okay, well, let's get rid of that cube. We know that the outline is working. I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna see if this actually works. Let's just see if that works. So when the plant's grown, we'll walk into it and we'll just see if one of the fruits changes. Oh, it does, look. Okay. interesting. So those are the faces that it's highlighted there. And I know that because I made that model. Let's try something here. This is really annoying because it worked great before. Set the overlay material. Element index O. So if I go to the free element index O. Yeah, so element index 1. It's not ideal doing it that way, but as a temporary measure, there has to be a solution to this. Models, normals and UVs. Ensure that the model's normals are correctly facing outwards. I've done that. Confirm UVs are correctly unwrapped and mapped, especially if your overlay depends on UVs. Oh, that looks shit, doesn't it? Yeah, we don't want that. It looks like a disco ball. A blue disco ball. I'll have to look into this, guys, because maybe it's to do with the unwrapping within Blender. Okay, so we know it works, as in the model, it looks great. I'm really happy with how it looks in Engine. I just need to figure out why the overlay material, and I think that might be to do with the UVs. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but okay, so models are in. We swapped them out. So what I wanted to do, guys, was I wanted to. I don't know how to do this. You know, in a lot of games where you've got crafting and things, if you're in a survival game and you've got your build menu up, say you've got the materials to build a wooden box, you get up the craft menu and then you choose the wooden crate or box, and then you've actually got like a little placement cube. So it's kind of like in front of you, and then wherever you're looking, it's kind of, it's hard to describe. It's like a ghost version of the plant. So essentially phase 1, which is here, what we want to do is, because at the moment, if we pick up a seed, we, you know, wherever we look, we place it, but the player needs some kind of indication to know. They need some indication to know, like, where it's going to be placed. It's just needs that. I am so happy with these models. Oh, it looks so cool, dude. I love it. So cool. So what I'm thinking, what do we need to do? So we need to say, okay, so at the moment there's no HUD, there's nothing like that. This whole project at the moment is just, I wanted to learn how to do a farming mechanic. I've made the model, I've got the time, the growth cycle timer sorted. There's obviously the highlight issue with the fruit, but I think that's to do with the modelling within Blender. There might be a setting I'm not aware of. So what we want to do is we want to somehow have a ghost version of the plant we're going to plant. So for the time being, we're going to say if the player walks over to the seed, or what I could do is I could say number 1, because number 1 doesn't do anything at the moment, and if we had a HUD, we could have it labelled 1 to 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, right? Or maybe 1 to 9, not sure. And on that HUD, we could say, okay, if we've picked up the seed and the player presses 1, then we will have a miniature plant, and then where we're moving around and looking, that plant will move to where we're looking. And if we go into our raycast, this handles the placement of that plant, right? So wherever you look, and then, you know, you press a button, it places the plant. But we need to see where, and we should be able to limit. Let me just analyze this code for a second. Right, so the condition is oh, it's going to be interesting. Okay, so I have a feeling we're going to need a boolean to say can place. Is the seed amount greater than 0? Okay. Okay, I have an idea here. So, what I'm going to do... rotation. Spawn location. Impact point. Start end. Okay. So, what we need to do is we need to have a button press 1. So when the player presses 1, we'll spawn a miniature. We'll spawn a ghost version. God, I've no idea how I'm going to do that. Like maybe set the colour and the opacity. That would be an option. Is there, if I go in here, is there an option for opacity? Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, I think I know what I need to do. So the index is, there's the largest, there's two, Right, basically, if you were watching earlier, where I was experimenting with setting the material, because there were two indexes, I had to have two functions. But there must be a way where you can select an object, a static mesh kind of asset, and then drag off of that and say, get an array, or, you know, the index. And then that will get all of the index material indexes. And then you should be able to plug that in to say, instead of creating multiple functions. Right. So, first off, let's just try and... right, so we're going to say keyboard 1. Let's say 1, number 1. Number 1 is on the number pad. We want number 1. So if number 1 is pressed, so I need to kind of tidy this up a little bit. Let's just make this a little bit more presentable. Right, the reason this is unplugged, guys, is this is the thing that sets a restriction on how many plants you can do. So if you've got one seed, you plant one plant, but I've removed this so there's no cap. Right, so when number 1 is pressed, oh my god. So F spawns it, right? So if you pressed 1, you'll get up a ghost version of whatever is in the HUD. So say it's the plant A. You press 1, you get a ghost version. And then if you were to press F to plant, and it's not working, Um, right, okay. Hold on. You just have to bear with me, guys. I've never done anything like this. This is all me learning, trying to figure this out off my own back. I know that the way this current raycast, linecast works, we need to somehow utilize this, right? So, and it's going to be strange because in my very first game, I used raycast and grabbing physics, grabbing objects. So I had that working really nicely. But whereas with this, you're not really grabbing it. You're basically gonna, when you press 1, what we're doing is we're spawning a ghost version of the plant. So the player has a visual reference of where the plant is going to be placed. That's really important. So the way the raycast works, we're going to have it. So when we press 1, wherever the player's looking, we're gonna spawn that plant, and then as the player is moving around, it's gonna move with the camera basically. So I don't need to take this section of code. What we need to do is go here, and then if we just copy this, right, paste that there. So when 1 is pressed, we're doing a line trace. Hold on a minute. There also needs to be a limit, so you can't. If it's pressed. Line trace. You want to spawn plant BP plant A. No, we don't want to do that. Oh no, yeah, we do. So when 1 is pressed, we spawn the plant. This is really strange trying to get my head around this. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to Google it. That just ruins the whole fun of learning this. Just struggling and then discovering your own way, which I don't know how they do it in industry, but to be able to figure it out just off your own back would be awesome. It's almost like it needs to be attached to the camera. Because we have the camera here, right? I have no idea why in this... I genuinely have no idea why there are 2 of these meshes. I didn't do that. I chose this project and we have these... I really don't know why they've done that. They've doubled up on the models. I think that's why we're getting that weird glitch, guys. So that camera is attached to the first person mesh. So can you attach it? Can you attach it? I'm not sure. Where is it? Event graph. Spawn the plant. So that's for planting it. This is the ghost. Line trace. Spawn a plant. Spawn transform location. Get the player owner instigator. Can you attach it? Attach actor to component. Oh my god. Whether to weld together simulated physics bodies, this transfers the shapes in the welded object into the parent, which can result in permanent changes that persist even after detaching. Well, no, I don't want to weld it. The scale rule stays the same. Rotation. Let's transform to the attach point. I guess. Oh my god. Forward vector. Camera location, that's the start, that's the end. I guess transform. When we press 1, maybe I don't need the line trace. I wouldn't need the line trace. So start, get the camera's location. No, it would need to. It would need to. Oh my god, this is really, really, really. Right. We press 1. We spawn. We spawn the ghost. The ghost needs to. It needs to be. Oh my god. It needs to basically not snap to ground. It needs to be like kind of like it's affixed to the to the position the camera's looking. I think we can get rid of that. Do we need to do the line trace? Let's just see if that actually does anything. Okay, right. Attach to is not static, cannot attach. Oh man. We press 1. Have we got something on event begin play? Event possessed. Input. Input interaction. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have on tick. We'll just have an event tick. Okay. Right, so on event tick. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. The event tick, right, it's basically what needs to happen on event tick. On event tick, we need to have the line trace. So, how am I going to do this? The player presses 1, it spawns the thing. When the player presses 1, it spawns. Press 1, spawn the ghost. And then the event tick needs to somehow link. It needs to somehow it's basically what we don't want to do. We only want one instance of spawn the ball. You want to spawn the object once. Maybe. Draw. Okay. I think I've got this. I think I know what I need to do. Get rid of that. If I copy that. So what's happening here is we're going to have a constant line being traced, right? The F is for spawning the plant. Now, what I've not done is I've not plugged it in, but what I'm expecting to happen here is I will be seeing whoa. Oh wow, that's pretty beautiful. Let's do for one frame maybe. Okay, so we're seeing the line there, right? For duration. Yeah, we don't want that. Maybe if we just have for one frame. That way we can at least see the dot, so we can see. You see that if I just move around. If I go and get that. Okay. Okay. Right, so during this bit here, we can see the red dots. So what we want to do is we want to can you see that? It lets me put it up there. But there's like a limit. Right. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is let's maybe half that and see the difference that makes. So that's 1,000. So if we half that, we'll see what that does. Huh. Okay, let's bump it up to 800. Oh, numpty. Hadn't picked up the seed. No wonder it wasn't working. Numpty. Right, let's try that to 500. Get the seed. Right, that's still letting us do it at quite a distance. But we're going to restrict how it can be placed. So, let's just put that back. Okay, so on event tick, we're doing the line trace. Now we don't want to put in a spawn thing because that will just spawn millions of instances. Event tick. Get the camera's location. I'll tell you what might be a good idea. This is so confusing trying to figure out how to do this. I'm not sure if we've got an event begin play. So I think I might just... I'm just going to have an event begin play. And we're going to spawn this. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, guys, this is just a test. What we're doing is we're putting this in the game. That's going to be the parent or creator is going to be the first person character. Right? So at the beginning, we're going to spawn one plant. And the owner is the player. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to move this up here, because what I want to do is I want to set spawn transform location. Get that plus that. Right. So if I plug that, hold on. Oh, where is it? Impact point. So if I get the impact point and right, so what I'm hoping there is the beginning of play we're going to have the plant, but because that's plugged into the event tick, is that going to work? I don't think it is it? Oh, it needs to be a component. Let's just type in component and see. This is going to be interesting if this works. I've not used this function before, so add component. Creates a new component and assigns ownership to the actor. This is target is actor. Add component. I don't know if this is going to work. Error. Actor component was used as template. Attach component. Let's do first person mesh. Oh. Okay. on event tick. When event begins play, we spawn that. It's kind of like you need... It's like you need an empty socket. Like the play... Think of it as the placement socket. It's like a component that you want to have as a component under the player. And then the position of that is on tick, always ticking. And we can have the boolean as the gateway to stop it from being visible or not. So maybe not spawn the actor, maybe right. So that's there. So if I get rid of that, if I get rid of that, get that. Set spawn transform location. Right, so we're saying we're targeting the plant component. So on event tick, we're always doing the line trace. And we're basically saying on tick, set wherever that point is it's hitting, that's going to be the transform location. Let's see if that works. Oh! No way! I've done it! Oh my god, if I go over here... Oh my god. No way. Oh my god, I've done it. Oh my god, I've done it. Right, now we need to get the camera rotation. So, if I get that and plug that in there. Oh, actually, no, let's undo that. Set the world transform. Okay. I wonder, is there something... Mouse wheel up. if it's pressed, can I go in there? Right, so if the mouse wheel is pressed, what we want to do is we want to add to the rotation on the Z so we can change the rotation. So this works really well. Wherever that line trace is hitting, it's okay. Right, so right, if the mouse wheel is up, just a little bit concerned that because this is on event tick, okay, got it. I got it. I know what I need to do. Promote that to a variable. Basically, this, we're going to rename this to ghost rotation. It's going to be ghost rotation, okay? So whatever the ghost rotation is, that's what that's going to be. By default, it's going to be 0, right? So when mouse wheel up is pressed, we can set that, and we'll basically get that, and then we will add, I don't know, say 5. Oh my god. I think I'm doing this, guys. There is nothing more fun than just figuring things out. Right, so now if we do wheel down, we'll do the opposite and we'll deduct. So what we'll do is we'll get that and we will minus 5. And basically this will so this part here is going to be unaffected by the event tick. The event tick is always running every frame, right? And this ghost rotation variable that I promoted to a variable, this is going to be set based on our mouse wheel. This should work. No way! Oh my god. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, we need to increase that to maybe 15. I've done something awesome. Okay. That is pretty cool. So we're able to kind of... It's really cool having the option to like adjust where it's placed. So, and that is interesting as well, wasn't it? Oh, that's the ultimate distance. So let's see if we can adjust that. So on here, if I put this to 500, so that was at 1,000, right? Let's see if that means it's... Yeah, can you see that? You see that, guys? So basically we've limited, it won't be all the way over there. It's gonna be right there. So if I remove that to say 200, even closer now. Hold on, why have you stopped there, mate? Oh, right. You need to go over there, dude. Alright, I think doing that has actually muffed it up a little bit. Let's put it back at 500. Okay. Right, so... I mean, that is still quite a distance from the player. So, I think I want to put that at 400. It's a bit hard to see, really, isn't it? Because... Why is that staying there? Why are you staying over there when I come off of that? Okay. Oh. I'm going to rename that. I'm going to rename it to Ghost. Okay. So the target is the Ghost. So the location is that. So just to check, guys, we have the object is that's going to grow. So it's there. Okay. So the ghost. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? It's kind of like you want to say wherever the player is, it's like you want to get their position, but you want to set the location. The new transform. I mean, it works. Well, when you're looking around, you've seen it. When you're looking around, it's moving to wherever you move the cursor, and the line trace is kicking in. I'll just gotta check that rotation again, guys, because I'm really happy with that. Okay. Right, so we have the ghost there as a component, and what we can actually do is we can go on here and we can set the static mesh. Right, so if I type in here set static mesh, see? And I can actually I can actually go on here and I can select I can change whatever this is. So based on whatever object the player wants to craft, we can change it. So essentially, if you're on the hotbar on the HUD and you're like, if they've got a seed, or you know, they can press the seed and then the static mesh. So if they select the seed on the HUD, then you know, if the HUD item is seed, then set the static mesh of ghost to whatever object it is that you're going to plant or grow. So that is really awesome to have. So what I want to do though is I basically we want to get the index. We want to get the materials. So we want to get static mesh materials, get the index of all of them, and set the color to be the outline, right? So if I go on here and you want to get material index. Is this, what is purple? Is that, it's like a purple, isn't it? It's name. Material slot name. material slot name. Don't want the name, I want the element. So we're calling the static mesh, we're getting the material index. Get material index. Get materials. There we go. Okay. Get materials. Okay. Set. Hold on. Get the materials. So we're going into the so we're going into the static mesh component. So we're going into that. We're getting the materials, which is all of them, and it's returning it as an array. And we're going to say set the material well. You want to I don't even know if this is gonna, if we do that, set materials. Because set material. Oh my god, set the material. Target is that, but there's more elements. I guess for each loop. So basically, if there's more than one material. Loot body will be that. So for each loop of however many is that, the material interface object reference, I guess that would go in there. No. Maybe? Right, so what's... So, for the ghost, just for the time being, right, we don't want it to be... Okay. Okay, so what we've got is we have... So the moment we come off of the line trace, it resets back to there. Which is, I believe, 0, 0. So that is dead center of all the pillars. Now, if I just, out of curiosity, I bet that's going to be dead center. Right, can you see that little crosshair at the bottom? That is in line with all of that. So it's basically getting the player start. And essentially, yeah. But that's working. What I've done there with the loop. Event begin play. Now the problem is that with the I don't know if this here is going to be drawing constantly on the performance of the engine by having this on the event tick. but it's doing the job. It's got the materials, and it's basically turned it into a ghost. I mean, the other option, is, oh my god, is to somehow change the colour. Like, if you change the colour, problem is there's multiple materials. Okay, right, so just to recap, we can rotate our object. It moves where our cursor's looking. There's a limited distance there because we've set the distance to 400 units. So we have our object, we can use our middle mouse to rotate. Yeah. So we kind of want to do like a left click. Like if left mouse button is pressed. But we've got it for F. Pardon me. Okay. Right, let's go into, what is this one? 1. Oh yeah, that's for the HUD, isn't it? I was going to have that as the HUD. Right, so when F is pressed, right, we're not actually gonna need that, because what we want to do is we want to spawn that. We're not going to do the line trace because we've already got the line trace happening there. So I kind of don't want to lose that code. So what I might do is just do I'm doing that as a backup, guys. We'll keep that there. So backup line trace code. Just so it's safe and out of the way. So I can get rid of this. So basically, when the player presses F to plant, F to seed count is above 0, then they can plant. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our ghost object, and the ghost object is basically its location, its rotation and everything is based on here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get world transform. Get the world transform. We're going to split the struct pin there, and oh my god. The location is going to be that, and the rotation is going to be that. So let's just do that. Oh no. And then now this reason I've not plugged in this section here is because that is to do with the cap. So if the player doesn't have a seed, they can't plant, right? Oh my god, dude. There we go. Right, so I'm going to put this as cap restriction and just give this a red colour. So when I want to restrict the placement, we will basically do that. So if they press F and they have a seed, it's going to deduct a seed. So hopefully this is going to work. So when we press F and we've got a seed, we will be able to spawn a plant, and that plant will be spawned wherever the ghost is, and it will get its location and its rotation. So let's see if this works. So I'm pressing F, nothing's happening because I don't have a seed. And if I go over here, now if I place one there, oh my god, I have done a thing. I've done something awesome. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Alright, so basically what we would probably need to do is make it so... I mean, to be fair, if the player did... You know, it is a tree. Like, if it was a crop, like something on the floor, like wheat or barley, flowers even, you would be able to pass through it. But something like this, where it is actually a miniature kind of tree, you wouldn't be able to pass through it. So, but then what we can do is we can have a restriction in there, right? So we could say, okay, at this point, it's like the spawn, we can have a gateway to say, check the distance to the other objects, and we can say if the object distance is less than so and so, then you won't be able to spawn it, right? So that, and in the same instance, you can also maybe change the color of the ghost to be red. Oh my god! So basically, you can get all instances of, or somehow do a check of where the object is. So if you wanted to keep the space, it's like, sorry, I just muted my microphone. It's like a distance check. So you would compare the distance. There's like a function, I think it was maths compare distance. So the point that your object is, you can compare it to, almost like you need like a radial check of other objects within the area. And then, you know, if there is something that's preventing you placing it, you can change the colour of the ghost to be red to say, you know, indicate, you know, you can't place here, you can't build here. But as it stands at the minute, I've got a functioning thing here. Now I know that if we move away, that happens, which is funny, but yeah, it's, I mean, I'm really happy with how it functions. Like, I'm not quite sure why why the faces. I'm not sure why it's done that. Oh, I think I know why. I think it's because the material. Oh, I know why. Hold on a minute. Let me just do. Let me just make a new bloody material. It's because that material, that outline, is specifically for highlighting objects. And when we figure out what the cause is for our models not having the overlay material, all I need to do, guys, is literally just go into first person materials, just create a new material, and call it ghost, and then hold on. And the base color, I just basically set to this. Oh, actually, no. Base color can be white, and the alpha, if we go OK, and then if we have the alpha at 0.5, that's going to make it transparent. So if I go apply, save, so mGhost, go up there, ghost, where was it? Material, ghost, if I just call it ghost. Interesting. So now, so the reason why it was doing that really, really weird thing was because I was using the outline material that I'd created, which it has different properties specifically for highlighting, which is why it looked weird. But there we go. Oh Jesus. The opacity. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Let's call it value. If I set that at 1. Translucent, there we go. If I go in there, if I change that to 0.5, oh, that's good. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so let's try a different colour. Oh, sorry. Oops. I've actually done something amazing here. I am so proud of myself for this. Like, come on, guys. I've done something pretty awesome. Oh, I know. I think I know what's happening there. If I go into the line trace, oh, 1 second. I want to solve that issue where it's tricky, isn't it? Like I like the transparency so that if you had a world, you can actually see where you're placing it. I mean, the cyan colour. I mean, the blue. I like the blue because it's kind of like the whole blueprint schematic thing. Like you're designing, you're placing. It's kind of relevant to that kind of thing, you know. Oh, I really like that though. I've done something so amazing here. So mouse up rotates right, mouse down rotates left. Right, so basically I think that's if the hit fails, it's defaulting to the 0-0. So if the hit fails, you want to turn it off, like disable it. Right, I'm happy with that. 50% opacity, that's nice. That's our ghost material, separate to the outline. So, come off of that, come off of that. So in here, break hit result. That's something to refine. Because at the moment, we can place our object. We can't place it because we don't have a seed. The moment we get the seed, we can place our object like this. And that is so freaking cool. These models I've made myself, like, so, but essentially, like, yeah, there has to be a way that we can control that. But this whole planting thing. Let me make a note of that, guys. So it's basically where the hit's not registering is defaulting there. We want to have something to say if the hit doesn't work, turn it hidden. If it is working, show it. So I'm going to make a note of that. This is going to be, what we're going to call this, farming project jobs. Fix ghost defaulting to, I'm just going to put 000. Awesome. Right, guys, I think I've set out what I wanted to achieve. Not too long a stream, 2 hours 40. So just to go over what we've done, we have replaced the prototype model that I created initially with the model I actually made in Blender. So we have our model in the game. Ignore the ghost for the minute, but if we press E, we harvest the fruit and then the crop will disappear. Really, really happy with that. So we go over here, we can place that, and they're all the exact same. So what we've done is we've replaced the prototype with the actual models I made in Blender. But what we've also done tonight is actually what I set out to achieve, which is awesome. We've literally got the ability to have this ghost-like apparition of the model, and I've added the ability to rotate it. So obviously we don't have a HUD at the moment that will show the buttons to operate this, and obviously I'll do something really nice for that. And it will say, you know, mouse up to rotate right, mouse down to rotate left, and then F to place. And I love that I've got this to work, and I've done this all myself. I haven't looked up any guides or tutorials. I've literally just, you know, through experimenting with the functions, you know. It's so fun. It's so fun. So yeah, and obviously this this ghost, you know, the ghost is basically just a component on the player. It's a static mesh component, right? And we can go in and we can change that static mesh to whatever we want based on what the player has. So if they've got a plant, call it plant A, if they've got a plant A seed, then they can plant one of those and it will change. We can, you know, based on the HUD, the hotbar, call it the hotbar, based on whatever they've chosen on there, we can change that static mesh to be that, and that's just going to be awesome. But really simple. I don't know why I kept that, to be honest. That's going to change. That will basically change. That will be the HUD select, hotbar selection. Sorry, I'm getting my words muddled. And then this here handles the rotation of the ghost. I'm referring to it as the ghost because it is. It's a ghost version of whatever you're about to plant. So I just called it ghost. And then this here handles the ghost's constant line trace and placement, and also the materials, because whatever is being placed, it could have multiple materials. So that's why we've got it as an array. So it's you know, that just covers it in the off chance that there might be, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 even materials. So yeah, it works really, really nicely. I'm just so happy that I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, and oh, it's just so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, do feel free to give us a follow on Twitch. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel as well. That's below in one of the panels. That has all the previous game dev streams from Twitch for Unreal, Unity and Blender. And also, I've got previous games that I've live streamed me building. They are on my itch channel, or yeah, itch page. So you can go check that out as well. Thanks for watching tonight, guys. And stay safe, stay tuned. I'm very sorry, I'm slurring my words. I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next stream.